So today on the menu we're going to make a jail cake.
Yeah. Self-raising.
Yeah. So the process is it's made just from this and a little bit of milk. The process is really just to crush the biscuits until we have a nice fine powder, and then we'll mix it up into a batter. And the only jail tool we have. We'll go from there. There you go. On your work.
Oh, this could, remember this could take you up to half an hour sometimes.
You wouldn't have thought so that it would actually make a cake from a packet of biscuits. Who knew? Who knew, right? I mean, right? I remember the first time I seen it, I said, "What the? You made that from biscuits? What? Really? Who knew?" Yeah, but it actually raises and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got me miffed. I would have thought, hey, cookies don't actually do that, but you know, it actually works.
And so you find any container to do it in?
Yeah, pretty much in jail. That's just pretty much all you're allowed.
Yeah, you're allowed that.
That's why I've used this exact one, because it's pretty much that's it. This is what they give you, and that's what you're allowed to get sent into you. They don't want you to have bigger ones than theirs, or sometimes you come across the bigger ones and you try and nab them, but they actually just confiscate them off you. Yeah. The whole packet will go in there.
Like cooking camp.
Yeah.
Where did you learn this one?
Oh, I think it's been passed down through the prisons for generations and generations.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Hard out, it's just something you learn when you get in there.
Yeah, that's why we try to rewrite it.
Yeah, you adapt it.
Yeah, let's just rewrite the recipes. Yeah, so. But yeah, it's quite interesting to see how many different recipes that already exist.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there could be a cookbook or some of it.
Yeah. So yeah, you need to put some milk in there just to turn it into a batter, just like a typical cake batter consistency. You chop. There's definitely an optimum consistency. Yeah, if it's too dry, the cake doesn't really rise too much. If it's too wet, then it sort of does a similar thing. It rises and fails, you know. So through trial and error, you can't really sort of know until you do trial and error. So we might be a little bit out of practice, but it's been a while.
Well, these days we can go and buy cake, you know.
Yeah, she's starting to look good, Dill. Starting to. A bit more, alright. Blue sea. It's actually a real fine wine too, funnily enough. I'm going to opt out on that one.
Yeah, I reckon we're looking pretty.
Pretty good, eh? Pretty good?
Yeah, it'll do.
Okay. Right, final step. Let's nuke it. Yeah. All right, again, same thing with this. We're just looking for the visual cues, really. Just peering through the window, radiating our faces just as much as the cake, I take it. So, you know. And I reckon probably about a minute and a half.
Yeah, I can't remember how long we
I reckon. About a minute and a half from memory, somewhere around there.
And what sort of texture do you want to get from it?
Just a nice, just like fluffy cake. I kid you not.
Yeah.
It's
almost similar to like an apple cake, eh?
It actually blows up like a fluffy cake. It's just weird. But yeah, that's what you're looking for. Make sure it's not too battery. But you don't want to go too far too, because otherwise it goes back to a biscuit.
You can make.
When you go too far, it turns back to a biscuit.
I remember you can do like apple cake in it too, bits of apple, throw it through the apple, and it like becomes almost like apple ginger. Beautiful.
Smells like farm baked cookies.
It does, yeah, it totally does.
It smells really good.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much where you'd leave it. You leave it a little bit like that so that it'll actually carry on cooking after it's done. But it's
Most guys would ice this stuff then too.
Yeah, let it cool down. But yeah, she's actually soft, spongy cake. So it's just.
Yeah, it reminded me of Mum. Mum never make a cake that could rise in my whole life, never one birthday. And this is what they like, you know, because it's, you know, probably birthday cakes are massive, but honestly, she's never made a cake rise ever. Not for any of her birthdays. No shit. It's a curse. Yeah, I'd actually admit it's her full-on curse.
All right. I hope you get that out. Hold up. hold up. Oh, anyway, I don't know if you can see this for consistency, but anyway,
Yeah,
so
well,
it's still
no,
quite
close
hot,
enough. Hey, it's been a bit rusty, mate. You're a bit rusty. You know?
actually. Yeah, it's been, but
Been
it's been that way.
quite a few years now, isn't it?
Yeah, it has indeed. But yeah, actually has the consistency of cake, which is still fathoms me to this day.
Well, I mean, even with chocolate cake, guys are doing chocolate bars on top, you know, and proper chocolate cake, you know. And
Pretty much we always
yeah.
do, yeah. So that.
And what we will.
Not bad. Not bad at all. That's what we have.
Not bad, good. Then maybe they could have done a little bit longer.
Good.
A little bit gluggy, but still good.
Okay. Chocolate cake. Not bad. Bit sour though. But yeah, it's a bit sour. But I would still eat that.
Goes perfect with the it goes perfect with the yogurt. The yogurt sourness and the sweet, you know.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Basically, that would probably be pretty much a typical like dessert or whatever, because you don't get desserts in jail.
No.
Period. I'm not giving you any of that. So
What,
that would sort of be a typical sort of typical one. What we'd have every other night, really. But most of our cakes would have like chocolate bars and stuff in it, or whatever. But and the yogurt probably typically wouldn't have it with the cake. But
we should have. It tastes freaking nice.
but it does taste good, to be fair.